So we are live, just so you know. Ha! Yes, welcome back, OmEn Online. Here we are again, and of course, streaming live on BitTorrent Live. Be live. I have the profile in the description, linked in the description. Feel free to join in. You get to see every mistake we make. Give us some comments. Of course, we got everybody here. Johnny.
I'm here.
My man Johnny. Mary Ann's back visiting us again. And in the hot chair, we have Josh. Oh, man, this could be a really good time. This could be a really good time. I hope y'all enjoy the show. And be live. Glad to have y'all with us here today. Of course, you know how we do it. This is the live filming of our show, OmEn Online. If you have anything to say about anything you hear us talking about, feel free to chime in, ask us any questions. Hope you enjoy the show, guys.
Yeah.
We're back, OmEn Online. Of course, as I said, Johnny, Josh, and Mary Ann. Not Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. She did not take the 3-hour tour.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Let me tell you what.
What 3-hour tour did you take?
Well, that's...
You never seen Gilligan's Island? Come on.
No,
Everybody's
I've never
seen
seen
it.
No, remember, he's a lot younger than us.
He is? How old are you?
21.
Yeah, he's still a
21.
baby.
Yeah, he's 17 years younger than us.
Wow.
You know, we were about to be 18 when he was born.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. We're getting old, aren't we?
Yeah.
He agreed. Of course, the young one agrees.
Y'all are.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell as well.
All y'all on YouTube that'll be watching this in a month.
Couple weeks or so, whatever.
Couple weeks, yeah. Feel free to give us a subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You like what you're seeing? Want to see more of us. And all you on BeLive, feel free to follow. Enjoy tips.
Just the tip, though.
Just a little bit.
Just the tip. Oh, guys.
$20 wrong hole.
So, anybody that's been following us for a while knows that a lot of our guests are haunted house actors. It is that time of year. We're all getting together. It's a lot of fun. But my man Josh, you also are a haunted house actor, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a haunted house actor.
Where have you worked at?
Grim Trails for 2017 and 18, and this year I worked at Legend Public.
And what's your favorite?
I enjoy the hell out of Legend Public this year.
Awesome.
As Pumpkin Boy, that's what I did.
You did Pumpkin Boy? That's great.
I wish I could have gone to see that, but they weren't open on Sundays, I don't think.
They were open on October 20th and October 27th, 2 Sundays.
So right there. That I would have.
Halloween, yeah.
I would have gone.
Yeah, I probably would have too.
Because I know about where that area is at, because I used to LARP down the road from it.
But yeah, for Friday and Saturday nights, we were open 8 p.m. till 2 in the morning.
Oh, God.
And then
that's a heck of a schedule.
Then Sundays we were open 8 till 11.
Awesome.
The 8 to 11 straight for a Sunday. Man, 8 to 2 is rough, especially when you're busy the whole time. Dude, you're about ready to fucking fall over dead. Is it over?
There was one night. There was one night after all the customers left, I felt like I was gonna fall down to the ground because I was so exhausted.
Right, I bet.
I have hobbled out after nights. It's rough.
And you used to bruise yourself up. You used to.
I still do.
Going through the pipe slam.
I get hit in the eye and in the face and get punched and shit, right?
Well, you know what? You had it coming, You had it coming, okay?
It was domestic violence at its best.
Speaking of, this is going to be the Christmas season, so we'll just let you know we went through. Well, I went through. These two worked it. I went through with my man Josh too through Malice Manor.
And 3 hoodies that are on.
Yeah, if you watched this a couple episodes ago, we had one of the owners of Malice Manor on, and they actually had a Christmas event.
Christmas Chaos.
Christmas Chaos.
It was.
I still don't know why he didn't just call it Hanukkah. That's what he calls his birthday, because his birthday is in December. So the entire month, the entire week of his birthday, he calls Hanukkah. Well, he should have just called it Welcome to Hanukkah.
That would have been cool.
I am looking forward for Haunted Hotel next weekend.
I hear they're gonna do a good one. I actually went. Didn't we go last year? I think it was.
I think it was last year. Yeah.
Because I still have pictures of us from when we went. I believe it. We and him went last year, and it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah, haunted hotel always shows out.
Well, you gotta remember, Haunted Hotel's been doing it for a while too, and you know that guy that when you came through the Krampus outfit. That's actually Haunted Hotels. The Jack Frost outfit, where you're the big snowman, that's actually Haunted Hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
Have any of you been to Fear Fair for their Christmas event? Because
I've been to Fear Fair once, and that was years ago, and I really enjoyed it. That drive kind of kills me a little bit, because I get so tired making that drive.
See, I went to Fear Fair. I've been twice. That one time I went to Fear Fair with you.
Yeah.
And me and Lindsay went for the Valentine's Spectacular.
Well, Malice is
it's
talking about doing a Valentine's
It's cool.
thing.
It's cool because even though most people look at it as a Halloween industry, you know what I'm saying? They actually have these events throughout the year for the people who are into the scene, who enjoy.
It's kind of like one guy said the other day, when we were talking to him, it's not just a job or a hobby, it's a lifestyle.
That's true.
The people that usually do haunted houses, most of them live a lifestyle and they love doing the stuff, so they'll do the other things throughout the season. There are some of them, they just like to work the haunted house season. They don't like to give up their time. Like the one we just did Sunday was us doing charity. We didn't get paid for that. That was us doing charity for the homeless.
And that's awesome.
It was therapy for me.
So that's
yeah.
I need an outlet. I have issues.
See, that's another thing Malice Manor does that I like. They're the ones that donate to the homeless veterans, right?
The Coalition of the Homeless.
Yeah, the Coalition of the Homeless. I don't think it's just the homeless veterans.
Oh, the Coalition of the Homeless.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. When you can give back to the community, that's always a good thing.
And I'm pretty sure all the ticket sales as well went to.
Yeah, it went for donation.
Because it wasn't just donating a hoodie or anything.
Yeah, it wasn't just the hoodies and the or jackets, hoodies, or whatever, and the socks that were donated. I believe all the proceeds did too.
Right.
So every penny that was spent into it went to donation, went to charity.
That's awesome.
They didn't make a dime. They actually spent money on that.
Right.
Because they got to open the place up. They got to turn on all the lights and all the whatever. And all that costs money. People don't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
Opening even a simple-ish haunted house, like they say that your electric bill will almost triple. No matter what it is. When we used to work at industrial together, Van told me once how much it cost to power that place for the month when the haunted house is going on. And it was costing almost, he said, over $50,000 just to power the place.
Oh, wow.
For a month. So you know what I'm saying? Because all the animatronics, all the different lights and this and that going off. Everything, you're using up so much electricity that it just costs you out the wazoo.
That's crazy.
And then you also know, I'm sorry, when you're at Malice, when Joker and Amanda are there because the music's already on and banging.
Before that thing ever even comes up.
Yes, they're there.
I was there, they said be there around 6-ish. I kept showing up around 5 o'clock, but not meaning to. I was, alerting for if there was traffic or something.
Right.
I'd pull up at 5 o'clock and I'd just hear the music and they're fucking banging and I'm just like, cool.
That's when you know the doors are unlocked.
What else? What other kind of stuff you into? I know we're all into haunted houses and acting and stuff like that. What other stuff are you into?
I am into video games and I like watching movies and YouTube videos.
Me too.
Well, that's awesome. I know a YouTube video you can watch.
Yeah.
The OmEn Online series, man. You're on it now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've watched a couple of videos with Dennis Seabold, and then I watched your video with Luke Dean and Maddie.
That's awesome. We've got 14 released. 15th will be released this coming Wednesday.
Yep.
And of course,
Wednesday the 11th.
A YouTuber I really enjoyed before he passed away was the Angry Grandpa Show. Have any of you ever?
I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think I have either.
He was a funny old man that liked to destroy stuff, and his son liked to prank him, and when he get mad, he destroys.
So it sounds like an older version of Bam Margera in a way.
Oh, no, I like the Gangster Granny.
You know what I always
one.
like? Charlie the Unicorn and Llamas with Hats.
I liked Llamas with Hats.
Llamas with Hats was awesome.
Carl!
There's dead bodies in here.
Why are you wearing one's face, Carl?
Now, I've never seen none of those YouTubers, but I'll have to check them out.
Oh, the Llamas
They're
with Hats
cartoons.
are cartoon ones, or
Yeah.
animations.
or Happy Tree Friends. Happy Tree Friends. is
I've
another
watched
good one.
Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, Happy
That's
Tree
funny.
Friends is crazy. See, one that I missed that not a lot of people talk about was put out by Ill Will Press. It was called Foamy the Squirrel. He called neckties Kevorkian scarves.
Right.
And all kinds of different shit. He had his cousin Pillsy the squirrel. He was always pilling out and shit and stuff. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not big into the YouTubing.
Right. What else did you say you were into?
Video games and watching movies.
What's your favorite video game?
Last of Us. Have you ever played
Oh,
that?
dude, that one's badass.
Never played it.
It's a awesome zombie survival horror game.
Right.
It has a great story to it too.
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, I don't have much time to play video games anymore. I miss my system. I miss like DC Universe.
The
I
two
love that.
I'll
characters,
play that one.
the two characters in it that are the main ones is Joe and Ellie in Last of Us.
Right.
They're actually really the two characters you see the most out of the whole game. Most of the other characters you hardly ever see.
Yeah.
You should like my
Also,
fags
and the
like
cool
two
thing
fags.
about Last of Us is also you get to fight humans too besides the infected.
Yeah, I did like that, but it kind of upset me because now you're taking away less humans to fight the infected. And it's kind of like, you dumbasses, you all could have just worked together, but at the same time, what they were wanting to do to Ellie, I can kind of see why he felt that way.
See,
Now, if he hadn't had to travel all that distance protecting her and taking care of her, I'm sure he might have just let it go. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, the winter chapter of the game is my favorite, where I get to play Ellie and all those fucked up characters have to.
See, I like when I got to play Ellie, but it was kind of upsetting to me because it was like she couldn't move like Joel could. You got so used to using Joel that when it changed up a little bit, it kind of messed with you. But I did like how they did it, but it was kind of hard to figure out some of the little pieces to survive.
so I put my hand in front of the camera there for a second. I don't know how many times I've done that.
It's
I don't know, but I
it's okay.
keep
It's not all that
leaving
important.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, y'all don't got to
He
see
talks all the
Johnny.
time. He talks all the time.
nobody
See, y'all get
cares
to see
about me, I
Johnny, but on
understand.
YouTube, they're going to miss Johnny there for a second. It's all good.
It's all good. Nobody really cares about me. I'm just here.
We can hear you.
So what is that? You said that's a laser tag set?
She brought this. It's laser tag, and it's
It
freaking
is.
awesome looking. It's
Like-
cheap.
Here, I'm a big kid. Here you go.
I miss laser tag from when I was a kid.
I so totally need to get this for my son.
How's this work?
Like this.
Like that, and you press the top part. This.
Oh, thank you so much. That's it.
You gotta aim towards that thing.
Yeah, this is your recharge button, by the way.
Okay.
And you're starting over. You have
You turn it upside down.
Oh, which way is it? This
Just
way?
like this. This is your fire button. When it makes that noise, you need to recharge.
Yeah, everybody, you're having fun now watching us
I'm a big
grown
kid.
kids
No, I'm not
play.
a grown kid. I'm not a grown kid. I'm a child.
I feels it.
I'm sure you saw that the other night. I'm still very much a child.
I'm a child than adults when they have to.
I'm right there with you, because I'm tempted to grab one.
Sorry, all the kids' toys today get cooler and cooler, so it's kind of like I gotta just play with them.
Yeah,
It's who I am.
Can't help it. And sometimes you make some really good characters with them too.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
I should
gosh!
actually brought these out when I was in the arcade.
yeah. Would have saved you some money.
No, it would just give me something more to play with because, like, I had my dolly and that was.
There's
cool.
a cool laser tag place that was at one time off Shelbyville Road in Louisville called Laser Blaze, and it's
Laser Blaze was cool.
I haven't been there, but I hear it's really cool,
Yeah,
and it sounds fun.
it was
too.
really cool. It had 2 stories,
This was another button.
and
Who was telling which story?
huh?
Who was telling which story?
No, I had two stories, like, and you had a bunch of, you had cover to use.
That's pretty cool. Why do I feel like I need a lightsaber here?
Why do I feel like you're...
Speaking of lightsabers, has anyone got to see the new Star Wars movie?
Not yet. I gotta wait. I'm still way behind, mostly because I'm waiting for them all to come out so I can sit and watch them back to back. So I ain't gotta sit here and wait and wait and wait.
What movie?
Oh, you restarted it.
The new Star Wars movie.
Oh.
What about the Mandalorian? Have you
I
seen
haven't
that
watched any of it yet. I don't have Disney Plus yet.
Right.
I'm waiting.
I'm not getting Disney Plus. There's too many streaming services.
There is.
That are just fighting over.
The thing is, I only need 3 streaming services. I have Netflix, I have Hulu. Now, all I need is Disney Plus, and I'm straight. Because I already can't watch everything I want to watch on Netflix. I already can't watch everything I want to watch on Hulu. But guess what? I'll get that one, and I'll already have everything I don't have time to watch.
The 2 apps I have is Disney Plus and Netflix. But now, I even have lots of DVDs and other stuff to watch besides Netflix and Hulu. I mean, and Disney Plus.
No, I know. I have quite a few DVDs still, but I just don't have time to watch most of that right now. I'm a busy man.
Okay, so if you don't have time to watch those all the time, how do you have... Why have 3 different subscriptions?
Because there's something I want to watch, I can go and watch it when I have the time. Or a lot of times I'll turn it on and start watching it and fall asleep. And just go back to where I remember last at.
I just like having everything I'm looking for in one place.
Oh, I do too.
I don't want to have to pay multiple
companies.
Subscriptions, multiple companies every month. Because think of how much that adds up.
It wouldn't be so bad if you didn't have to pay for your internet and those streaming services.
Right, and you're paying for the internet on top of it, which the internet itself is free, but to get the service costs.
Cool, just Roku. Like, I can go through all of it right now.
Speaking of which, I have an Android box somewhere, but I couldn't find it when I unpacked everything.
Does anyone know if there's like an HBO streaming service?
Yeah, it's called HBO Go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a few shows on HBO, but I'm not huge.
See, HBO was good when I was growing up, but nowadays I'm just with it.
See, now there's another new one coming out that y'all got to watch out for, and I know my BLab people know what I'm talking about, Little Tron TV.
Yeah, I'm looking out for it. I want to be on it.
Ah, that'd be great.
I'm not that great. I'm not that pretty looking, but I still can talk a lot. I can still make up stories. I can still write things.
It happens. Oh my gosh, so we went through a lot. Back to video games, man. My son really likes playing like Fortnite and Overwatch, arena games.
Mm-hmm.
You ever get into any of those?
No. My other favorite game I like to play other than Last of Us is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5 was awesome.
I can't get into the Grand Theft Auto games, man.
Number 5 was awesome. There was a Juggalo in it, but they made him like some not too bright.
Well, he's partners with the character Trevor Phillips. And Trevor Phillips is an awesome, badass character, and he's a psycho too.
See, I like how you played multiple different characters, multiple different stories in that one. That's what I really liked about it. But I'll be honest, I almost never complete the missions. I just drive through the world, free roam, and crash and ramp.
Exactly.
That's pretty much the extent of my Grand Theft Auto.
That's me.
The 2 characters I liked the most was Franklin and Trevor. Michael was pretty alright, but he's just kind of a boring character, and seeing him and his family fight just got annoying. Like the characters that, because there's Amanda, I can't remember his son's name, and then there was his daughter, which they all got on my nerves in the game.
Sounds fun. I'm a real big fan of the Zelda series personally.
I'm a big fan of Zelda after Zelda 64. Zelda 64 just broke into a whole new thing with the open world. The sword fighting.
You played Super Nintendo Zelda?
I didn't until after I had the classic throwback pack on my Nintendo GameCube.
Okay.
And I played all the old Zeldas.
That one was great. That was my favorite Zelda until 64 came out. 64 Zelda came out. I fucking loved it. I still love it to this day. play it again if I can. And the thing is, I hated Majora's Mask though. I hated it.
I liked it because it was filling my Zelda kick, my Zelda need, because it was still on the same platform as Zelda 64, is the same world, same everything. It's just a side story. It's like an add-on. But I love the sword fighting style they introduced. The horse riding was awesome, and if they made it just like a MMO, multi-user dungeon Zelda, that would be wicked. Twilight Princess was awesome too.
See, I didn't really play Twilight Princess, but I think it was the one that came out after Twilight Princess. I can't remember what the name of it is.
Was the Wind Waker's before or after?
I think it was before.
Right.
But I'm not 100% on that.
It was before.
But this is the one where they were up in the sky on a floating island.
Right.
And they would use, like, at first they never could go down past the clouds, but then he was able to or something to get to the lands where the dungeons and things are to heal them and stuff.
Uh-huh.
It was really cool. Came out on the Wii, though, which kind of messed me up at first because I really didn't I'm not a big fan of the Wii, personally.
Right.
I like certain games on it, but that's about it. But we pre-ordered it, so it came with like a special golden Wii 2 mode.
Uh-huh.
So it had like better sensors and stuff. So you actually had to do things for the sword fighting.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
See, I believe Twilight Princess for the Wii had a little bit of that built in too, but I had Twilight Princess for the GameCube.
Yeah, the Twilight Princess for the Wii did have that built in, but it wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a just all you really had to do was this over and over, and you just swing.
Right.
Well, in this one, you actually had to learn how to swing sideways, downwards, poke.
See, that's awesome.
The two Nintendo systems I really enjoyed playing when I was young was GameCube and Nintendo 64.
Oh, dude, 64 was great.
64 was awesome. Star Wars, Star Fox.
Oh, dude, I love
I mean,
Star
it really
Fox.
it was the first one that I think of as making 3D gaming mainstream. Nintendo 64 was the first one that did that. And now you had the Sega Dreamcast before that, I believe.
Yeah,
and it had better graphics, but it did not take off.
It didn't take off for a reason, though. It may have had better graphics. It didn't have that many games to play on it.
Right.
And on top of that, it was expensive for the games. Because at that time, when 64 was coming out, you were paying maybe, I think it was $30 to $50 for a game.
Uh-huh.
But most of your games for Dreamcast also were on CD at the time. And the CDs would scratch easily. And you're sitting here paying $40 to $60 for a game. Because they were at least $40 to $60. You know what I'm saying? You were paying $40 to $60 a game that would get one little scratch in it easily, and you're screwed. The game's no good anymore.
Right.
But I enjoy GameCube a lot because it's just a cool system. And when I used to go to a dentist, they would have GameCube, and whenever I went to that dentist office, it was
How
awesome.
does that get dentist office?
Yeah, I want that.
It was a kid's dentist office over in St. Matthews area. They had a GameCube at the time when I went to that dentist office while I waited to get my teeth cleaned. And it was a cool waiting room to play video games.
Sounds like it, man.
Shoot, yeah. I
We
want to be in that one when I was a kid.
Dentist.
I think we're going to be late. If we're not early, we're late.
Well, I know that while you guys are talking about video games, since I don't do video games, I'm doing photo editing that I don't get to do during the week.
That's awesome.
So.
That's awesome. You're done.
Yep. Now
we still need a banner. Speaking of,
that's what I'm working on.
Seconds Left. Seconds Left by Strange Machine Productions will be out. We're shooting for a release Friday the 13th, so feel free to find that one on YouTube. Seconds Left opening is already on there, just the opening sequence. Cheater!
Shocking.
And my favorite other console to play when I was younger was Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah.
And Gears of War was one of my favorites on that system.
I've never really played an S360
right now.
When everybody else was playing the 360, I was playing the PlayStation 3.
See, that was me. I'm more of a PlayStation user than an Xbox.
Or maybe, gosh, that might have been the PS2.
No, 360 was
PS3 era. Yeah.
It came out right a little bit before the PS3 came out, I believe.
Right.
And when I was talking about The Last of Us earlier, they are supposed to have a sequel of it released next year.
Yeah,
Last
of Us 2.
And
I've seen the trailers and things for it. It looks beast mode.
Right.
I am hyped to play the second one since the first one was so amazing.
What was your first video game?
Would have to say the Star there's a the Star Wars movie that was made like in 1999, the first prequel.
Yeah.
There was a video game.
Menace.
There was a video game I used to play on PlayStation 1.
The Pod Racer game.
The Pod Racer was awesome. I think I had that on. I have that on PlayStation 1 or Nintendo 64? I think I had it on Nintendo 64.
It's probably 64. I know that I played a Pod Racer game that was cool, but then there were times I'd go back when I was younger and that game had come out in 99. I'd go with my mom to the bowling alley sometimes, and they actually had the arcade one where you sat in a little thing and actually had to work two things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was cool.
They used to have this arcade down in Florida. It was on the Disney Boardwalk or something like that. It was called, I don't remember what it was called. It was arcade. You pay $20 to get in, game's free.
That's cool.
$20 one-time fee, and the game's free as long as you're there. And that's awesome because the first floor was like your basic arcade games. You had a cafeteria. You had the virtual reality up top when the virtual reality was still new. They had some really cool stuff there.
What part of Florida was it at?
He said it was like Disney World or something.
Yeah, it's right outside. It's in Orlando. Right? Cheater.
You're a big baby.
You see this? Look, this guy is a laser tag cheater right here. That guy.
No, I'm not. He left himself wide open.
Well, one of the times I've been to Disney World, I didn't play in the arcades much. I just went there to ride rides.
I've never been to Disney World, so I got a friend that's actually getting ready to be on the plane back from Disney World tomorrow.
Really? Coming back from Disney World tomorrow?
Yeah.
Lucky ass.
Yeah, that's what I say. I always want to go. But my brother has been, and he says it's really just a lot of walking and a lot of money.
And
yeah,
it is.
It's cool if you're a kid.
Is.
He's like, it's cool if you're an adult too, but at the same
you got to go to Epcot if you're an adult. They have drinking in Epcot.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, you ain't got nobody to watch the little kids.
Right.
Screwed there.
No, but Epcot's cool for the kids too because they got the world tour where they actually go around and they've got little sections based on different countries, different culture.
Okay.
And it's pretty awesome.
So it's the different nationalities, basically.
Yeah, you get to see. I've bought some of my katanas there in Japan. I bought I forget what it's called. Anyway, Norway used to be cool. They had that little ride with the troll, and you'd have to go down a waterfall. But they had some cool stuff. America just had a bunch of presidents talking around, the Hall of Presidents.
And one of the main attractions in Disney World was that big castle. One of the it's considered a kid's roller coaster, but it was one of my favorites when I rode it. I forget what it's called.
Tell me what it's like. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
It feels like a very kid-like roller coaster.
I mean, you had Space Mountain that was indoor. You had
it was an outside one. Big
Thunder Mountain. You had if you went back to the Cartoon Village, there was another one there that was an airplane. It was like a runaway airplane went through the barn and everything like that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
That sounds cool. Those are the type of cartoons I grew up with.
Yeah.
Remember watching old school cartoons, man. So you said you like to watch movies too?
Yeah.
Like what are some of the movies you're into?
I love Pineapple Express for a comedy film.
Oh my god, dude, that is a fucking. I heard they're gonna do a part 2 to it, and I can't wait.
Right?
When did they say it's supposed to be released?
I have no clue. I mean,
in the movie, this is the end. They made a parody, like they were gonna make a sequel to that.
Well, they might.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
punch
don't
you
know.
slipping.
And I'm big into scary movies too.
Me
Right?
too.
I love scary
I
movies.
like scary movies, but I like comedies. I like all kinds of movies. that's
Favorite
written well.
scary movie and or series?
Well, one of my favorite scary movies is Hellraiser.
Right? Did you know that book was originally had Hellraiser was originally a chick?
I didn't know.
What was the name of that book, Johnny?
Oh, don't remember. I don't remember.
God, I was talking to somebody about it not that long, a month ago. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, Hellraiser was originally a chick in the book.
Mm-mm.
Texas Chainsaw
That's
Massacre is a classic and a good horror movie.
Right.
It
Let's see
is.
the Lizzie Borden Chronicles.
I remember being a kid and hearing so much about The Exorcist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally became a teenager and watched it, and I'm like, it's not even scary.
No, it wasn't too much.
It wasn't. There really wasn't much to scare. There was a girl that was possessed, and her head was spinning around, but
You
there
gotta
was
think,
no
when that
real
first came out.
suspense.
But you gotta remember, when that first came out, that was like some of the top of the line shit that nobody had seen, really.
Right?
So, that's all I'm saying is, that was top of the line for then.
Right?
At that point in time, there was no better.
And with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when that first came out, it got so much controversy too because it was not anything that anybody's seen before then either.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that was actually based off of Ed Gein, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I think they based a lot of early horror movies off of him, and they took little bits and pieces of it, of his story, and turned it in to separate individual horror movies.
There are 3 horror movies that are inspired by Ed Gein: Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Silence of the Lambs.
That's what I was going to say, Silence of the Lambs, because Silence of the Lambs has the cannibal, and Ed Gein was he?
Well,
no.
Well,
he used to skin the. That's Buffalo Bill was like Ed Gein.
Yeah,
that's right, because he used to wear the women's suits, and Ed Gein used to make the lamps and the chairs out of people's skin and bones.
Yeah,
that was wow.
What?
I don't know.
I was just telling Johnny about Wishmaster. I used to love Wishmaster when I was a kid, but he terrified me. He really did.
Right. I thought I was already dead.
No, you are now.
No, I still got one more.
Oh, you got one more?
Yeah. When it starts blinking.
So, I don't think I've seen Wishmaster.
You don't?
Oh, really? There's like 3 of them, dude.
Yes.
I've never seen him neither.
Okay, he's a genie caught in in a ruby, basically.
Right.
And they let him, then he gets caught in a ruby by some ancient master, like Mesopotamia or some shit, because he was wished by the king and all this weird shit. And basically what they do is, they'll grant you your wish, but they do it in a fucked up way.
And the worst possible. That's pretty cool.
They're evil.
And so they will take your wish, like this one part of the movie.
Well, I mean, if you was locked into something, like Libby space all your life, I think you'd be a little bit rambunctious too.
Tell him what you were saying.
No, see, with the genies, if they grant 3 wishes, then they actually get to come into the human realm.
They get to stay here, basically.
Yeah, they get to stay. So they have to grant 3 wishes.
And the thing is, they'll still have all the power and everything, and they'll just start destroying and killing people, basically. You start it over. I can tell by your green.
I admit to nothing.
But the lights give you away. You can't. But basically, I mean,
new player, who this?
I know that it used to. I don't know. The whole Ginny just scared me when I was a kid.
I can believe it. Hey, what do you think about that? Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect and that whole thing with what was the genie movie with Sinbad? Shazam?
No.
Kazam.
No. The one with Kazam, that was the one with fucking
That was Shaquille
Shaquille
O'Neal.
O'Neal.
Yeah.
You're talking
Shazam. No, Shazam. Yeah, Shazam was the name of the movie, I think. But they talk about the Mandela effect where somebody changed something in time.
Yeah.
A Sinbad movie I seen when I was young was where he was watching The President's Kid. Yeah, have y'all ever heard of that?
I think I've seen that
First
one.
Kid, wasn't
First
it?
Kid, yeah. That was a very funny, hilarious movie when I seen it when I was young.
Yeah,
Has anyone ever seen that?
No.
I've seen it.
What about the Lizzie Borden Chronicles?
Lizzie Borden Chronicles. You mentioned that earlier. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay.
I haven't watched it. It's on Netflix.
Like,
I haven't watched
there's a movie and then there's a series, and it's on Life. It actually, I found it on Lifetime.
Uh-huh.
And remember the little girl who played Ann Casper?
Yes, Christina Ricci.
She is
hot.
Besides that,
Yeah.
She played Wednesday Addams too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well,
Have you seen the pictures of her as Morticia Adams?
Yes.
Oh
Hot.
my gosh.
Dude.
Have you seen that
Yeah,
movie where she
seriously?
played a dead girl and was butt naked through almost all of it?
Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah, I can't disagree one bit on that. However, you make her a serial killer with an axe, and I mean that's like insanely hot in so many ways. However, if I could think of Lizzie Borden in any other way, I mean, she nails it in every screwed up way there is.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You're gonna have to see
Speaking of made off the stories, have you ever heard of the band Skinned? The group Skinned.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, they're awesome, and every one of their songs they released, like the first one I heard was Richard Ramirez, and it was all about Richard Ramirez, the serial killer.
What's Skinned?
It's a band.
Yeah,
it's a chick singer. I don't know what else is with it or not, but like he was saying, all the songs are based around serial killers so far.
Yeah, except for what's her name? That it was based around her mysterious death, where she was found in
Black
the water.
Dahlia.
No. What is it?
Catherine Knight.
No.
Have y'all
God, look up Skinned real quick. You're on the computer.
Have y'all ever?
I gotta step away from the view.
I didn't see nothing.
Have y'all ever heard of Ice Nine Kills? Because one of their albums, The Silver Screen, is based off all horror movies. Like there's 3 songs that I know of called "The American Nightmare," "Thank God It's Friday," and there's a song about Michael Myers that I like too.
Do you want to know what's funny? You live in Louisville, right?
Yeah, I live in Louisville.
Alright. Now, let me ask you a question. You know who Michael Myers is, right?
Yeah.
You know what Central State is?
Central State?
Yeah, the loony bin.
I mean,
it's out there. No. I'm talking about here in Louisville.
No.
Okay. Out off of Dick Time? It's out in the East End, not too far from Westport Road and stuff. It's in between there and Middletown. But that is actually where the guy that Michael Myers is based off of is held, or was held. I don't know if he's still there, but he was held there.
So I didn't know Michael Myers was based on a real person.
Yeah. But the guy that he's based off of is there.
Awesome.
And that's in Louisville, Kentucky. Central State Hospital.
That's something I'm going to have to look up now.
Central State Hospital, Louisville, Kentucky. That's awesome.
I know exactly where it is because I have a friend that their house, literally, if you walked off their yard and across the street, you were on Central State's property.
See, we got all kinds of stuff like that here in Louisville. I mean, like we talked about before, you all worked at Waverly Hills. You worked at Waverly Hills for their haunted house. And anybody that knows, Waverly Hills is considered one of the most haunted, if not the most haunted place in America.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another landmark here for Louisville.
You know what they should put a haunt at in Stanley Hotel in Colorado. That would be pretty cool.
Isn't that the building that they had the Room 1408 based off of?
Stanley Hotel is where The Shining took place.
Okay.
Right. Here. Wait. We got to do it. Here's Johnny.
Of course. There he is.
Oh man. Hope we didn't scare you all away.
Speaking of The Shining, have you all ever seen Doctor Sleep yet?
No, I have not yet. It's the sequel to The Shining, but it's
No
like years
kidding.
upon years later. That one guy said it was dope that I heard. He told me once.
Awesome.
Just once.
Just once?
Yeah.
Just a little bit? Oh, man. See, and we're still here. We're still here being stupid, playing laser tag the whole time we're on the show.
Why not? We're having fun with it.
Hell yeah.
I screwed up giving him the game.
Ooh, got him.
We both got one hit left, I think.
Nope, I've got at least 2.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Like, I might have 2, too.
Yeah. I think, you both cheat.
Shoot me. Put me back on play. One more time. Shoot me again.
See, now you got one.
No, shoot it one more time. I think you got 6 shots till you're down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you got 6 shots till you're down.
These things are great. Just the simple
Well,
entertainment.
it's
I'm gonna
$20.
$20 on roll.
$20 roll.
It's my
You know what?
it's my Christmas present. Thank you.
You know what? I tell you,
You
what.
get to
You want
watch
to come
us
down to
play
Malice
laser tag all
Manor?
the time.
We got head all night long, different varieties, $5, great head.
Hey,
And with-
but you know what we ought to do? We ought to do a live stream one day of us just running around playing laser tag. We got to get more of these.
Yeah.
We got to get more of these and get everybody together and just film us all playing laser
See,
tag.
where I screwed up is I only bought 1 set.
Exactly.
No, like, I have 3 kids, and my dumbass goes, oh, well, I only need 2 of them for some reason. And I really should have just got 2 sets because now I can't play with the kids, and I gotta, no, it's not okay.
Got him. Got him.
Damn it, I can't even win in a fast draw.
No, you can't. You just ain't that quick.
No, I am. I'm just not that quick sitting down.
So Adam, when I seen you and your daughter at Malice Manor,
Yes. Yeah.
what does she do for entertainment, or is she going to school or anything?
She's in school. She's next year she'll be in high school, but she likes to cosplay. That's her main thing. She does a lot of anime cosplays.
Mm-hmm.
She really loves her Attack on Titan. I'm not even going to be able to name them all. First one we did was Maka from
Soul Eater. That was pretty badass.
That one was good.
I love her scythe.
I just took her the mannequin out of the store today so she can finish making her dress because she's doing. I don't know this character, but I know it's a big dress with a red rose sash and a crown. Oh, and she did this one villain that was like a vampire, and she's got this schoolgirl vampire. She's got this big mouth that goes around her neck, and she's amazing. She's really artistic.
Autistic?
Artistic.
I mean, you're the one who's a little autistic.
I'm the autistic one.
Yes.
Yes, Johnny, you're autistic. Hey, pass me the blue one of these.
Here's the blue one.
Gotcha.
Cheater.
Shot him in the gonads.
Yes, I did.
That is so not cool.
You know what? He left himself open for it.
Oh.
Hey, all I'm saying is that's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, so like other than horror movies, you like comedies or anything like that?
Yeah, comedies, horror movies, and I like.
What are some of your favorite comedies out there? Like, do you have a favorite comedian or anything like that?
I love Dave Chappelle.
I do too. Dave Chappelle is fucking amazing.
Did you watch his new recent comedy special that got controversy?
Sticks and Stones?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've watched all of them that he's put out. He is an amazing individual. I'm sorry, he knows how to walk like they say. He knows how to dodge the laser beams.
Well, you see, the last comedy special I see him in, what got controversy is that he made fun of everyone, including the gay community.
He made fun of everybody. He didn't make fun of just like the gay community, white people.
Well,
he made fun of black people. He made fun of all of them.
At one time, it was okay, but now everybody takes offense.
We have
there is no tolerance for joking in it anymore.
Well, that's just it, though. It's if you're doing a comedy if you're in a comedy special, you should be expecting. You might hear some fucked up shit because it's all jokes, and it's kind of like he said. You know, I know trans people, and you know they have no problem with my jokes because they know they're just jokes.
Right.
You know, it's weird like that, man. I don't get it.
It's just the way the world is. We're worrying about where we're divided instead of where we should be standing. You know what I'm saying? We're worrying about our differences instead of celebrating each other's differences. You know, and realizing that it takes multiple kinds. Like I have this one person I know who keeps saying, you know, I just like to see one of these businessmen that sit behind a desk all day come out and you know do the job, do hard working labor, do a day's worth of hard working labor. And I look at her, I say, well, I'd like to see one of those hard working laborers go do a day behind a desk. See, the problem isn't what one is capable of doing and the other one is not. The problem is realizing that it takes both to make one good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's having that mutual respect for each other. I think that's what we've really lost.
But here's my thing that always messes with me. Why do the people that sit behind the desk and sit on their asses, why should they make more than somebody that's out there using their body to make money? Not like manual labor wise and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They're using their body, which takes a toll on your body. You know what I'm saying? Why is the person that's sitting in there behind the desk?
Because I've got a logical reason for that.
Well, I would like to hear that.
Okay.
And I get it. Yeah, it might take a lot more mentally to do that and stuff, but, you know, I don't know. I've been the person behind the desk somewhat, and I've been the person doing the manual labor. So I kind of see both sides of that issue.
Uh-huh.
Because being behind the desk, you end up actually using a lot more mental labor. Like, it takes a toll on your mental health.
Uh-huh.
Whereas being in a physical labor, a lot of times it's your physical health that takes a toll on.
Well, you realize that the brain is muscle, and using your brain burns as many calories as it does using your muscles, using physical labor. Using your brain uses just as many calories. It makes you just as tired, makes you just as hungry. And really, usually the thinker doesn't have a 9-to-5 job. They have a job to get done.
Yeah.
And usually they're on salary. So no matter how long they got to work, they get one set amount. They might be working 20 hours overtime this week, and they don't get an increase in pay. Your laborers do. They get time and a half, double time after a certain amount, you know? And the ones who have the responsibility and the capability don't get that opportunity. They have to be there. They have to get the job done, because if they don't do their part, all right, if one laborer doesn't do his part, well, then his work, which might be a wall, it might be a part, whatever, his work doesn't get done. The guy up top doesn't do his job, then 100 people below him don't have a job to do, so 100 things don't get done.
I get that. It's a pyramid.
As far as should they make as much more as they do now, I don't know about all that. That's
what
outrageous.
I'm talking
outrageous.
About the way big paid.
That's why. That's one thing I really like about the cryptocurrency. All right, a lot of the projects that I'm involved in are based around profit distribution. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. It's how can the people have for themselves? Because how you have the most loyal people around you is you give them the capability to leave.
But you make them not want to.
You give them every want to stay. I mean, if you feel pressured to stay, you're like a cornered rat eventually.
Yeah.
If you feel like I could go at any time, but man, I like it here, then you want to stay and you want to do everything to
quit their
make it.
jobs, they quit their employers.
A lot of times, yes.
Yeah, because I don't mind my job. I actually like my job, and I like the hours that I work. It's just I hate the way that I know I don't get paid what I should be paid for it, and that's a whole nother story there. It's kind of like, what's up with this pay wage gap? Pay wage shouldn't be an issue. I should be able to go out, afford to take care of my bills, and maybe do a little fun.
See, and that's why I was talking about a way to build companies like that. All right, instead of going around raising the minimum wage, right, which is only going to increase the cost of living more than increases the wage you make. All right, it's going to be counterproductive.
Exactly.
All right, pay everybody a low level amount. Everybody. All right. And tie in profit distribution. I've told you about this, Johnny.
Yeah.
But like every day you work, you get one share in a profit pool. Okay? If you leave and go to a different company, one share in the profit pool. So every day you work, you're automatically getting a little raise. Every day. And eventually you're going to have so much in the shares that you're going to retire early. You retire early, that opens up a job for another person, which is going to decrease unemployment. If you retire early enough to enjoy it and still have money coming in, you're going to spend more money, which is just going to fuel the economy to shoot to the moon, because people purchasing creates needed jobs to make more, which the jobs are being emptied out early as the people can retire early and spend more. And eventually, I think the main problem with that is you'd have too few of workers. But we're moving into automation anyway, so it gives the capability of a universal income by putting in just a little bit of time.
Yeah. Because once we move to automation, we're all screwed anyway. What are we going to do for work?
What's your purpose?
Exactly.
That's the main thing. A lot of people are they're built around their purpose in the society, and your purpose is your job or what you're trying to make your job, one or the other. And once you lose that and you have so much freedom, what are you going to do?
Find a new purpose.
Well, if you've worked enough to get your returns, continuously for the rest of your life, then you'll travel the world. You'll explore ancient ruins. You'll deep sea dive like you've never done before. You'll go hang gliding, parachuting. You'll look at your neighbor who's just starting out and saying, "Well, damn, they need help because they need a shed because they've got too much stuff. So let's go build them a shed. I'm retired and I'm making my money anyway. I got nothing but free time. This gives me something to do."
True that, but you're looking on the bright side of people. I mean, If
you had money coming in guaranteed, how many people wouldn't do drugs? Because how much drug use is based around the stress of not being able to do anything. If you didn't have food and you're hungry, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh my God, I'm stressed out again and I'm about to break. You know what I'm saying? This relieves so many pressures from people too.
Mm-hmm.
You create a healthier society, you create a happier society, a more productive society, and you're building the civilization you're building on a strong foundation.
I just want to go to Star Trek times, please.
No.
No, I think these times are coming quicker than we think. I think there's going to be bad times before it, though.
Well, that's how it was in Star Trek. There was a huge world war and everything, and it destroyed a lot of people. And before then, they were putting people in certain cities that were walled. They were only allowed to be in those cities and things. That's the way it goes in the original Star Trek canon.
Right.
Because if you go back to some of the episodes from Deep Space Nine, there was a time where they went back in time thanks to the space anomaly or whatever it was, sent them back in time. Well, they went back in time and ended up being he ended up being like somebody else.
My purse is blocking that one.
That was famous in history. Cisco did, and it was very intriguing. Plus, if you think about it, you watch the first Star Trek Generations, I think it was, movie. Where the Borg were coming and they had to stop them from taking out the past to save the future.
The guy that built the first warp drive. Zephram Cochrane.
Yeah, well, you think about it, their time there was almost post-apocalyptic, and then all of a sudden, when you go into the time right after that is where I'm wanting to say it's Star Trek Enterprise.
Right, Enterprise is the earliest one.
Yeah,
we have.
Spock back. Well, no, I think there's one right before that coming out. I'm not sure about that. I think it's called Discovery.
Discovery's after.
Is it? Okay,
yeah,
I wasn't
Discovery's
sure.
After Enterprise. Enterprise is the earliest one. It's okay.
But like in the very beginning episode of that, you hear him say, "We've all but wiped." Zephram Cochrane's talking to the Romulans and. Not the Romulans, the Vulcans, and sitting there and telling them, thanks to you all with your help and helping us advance and things, we've all but wiped out world hunger in less than 50 years.
Yeah, we produce so much food already, and we have such smart ways to produce it in greater quantities without going genetic modification. You know what I'm saying? We have technologies for just growing. There's people who have designed ways to grow food in the middle of the desert using air and water streams pumped from the ocean to create humidity and create fresh water.
It's basically almost like a moisture farm from Star Wars.
Right, there you go.
They made moisture so that they could have plants to have oxygen.
Right, and it's just there's so many things we could do to just increase the betterment of the world. And I hate to say it, but we're actually coming down to the end of this episode.
Aww.
Oh,
but
it's always fun.
Yeah, no, I think we started off kind of iffy there, but we kind of picked it back up.
I don't know. I really had fun. I had fun with the laser tag.
It was just a little bit different than we normally do, I feel, which I kind of liked.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
I corrupt people.
It was great having you here, Josh.
Thank you.
Figuring a little bit more out about you. Marianne, always great to have you. Of course, you guys watching, you guys on Be Live, great to have you here. Been a really great time. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Come find us on Be Live.
Hit that notification bell.
Hit the notification bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Tell all your friends about it. We really enjoy doing this, and we hope you're enjoying it too. We want you to enjoy it. So if you have any feedback, feel free to hit us with it.
Wait a minute. Before you hit that button, wait.
Look. See now. But it was off camera, so they didn't see it. So,
well, you know what?
Have a great one, guys.